Okay. The chapter name is lesson cell structure and microorganism. So what do you mean by the word cell? What do you mean by the word cell? The cell is the structural and the functional unit of a living organism. So what is a cell? As you all know that all the living things are made up of different types of cells. Okay. So all living organisms are made up of different types of cells. Okay. Some are having one single cell, some are having many cells. So when the organism is having single cell, those are organisms are known as unicellular organism, and which are having many cells more than one, they are known as multicellular uh, organism. Uh, the second heading is microorganism. Micro. The word micro means small, tiny. These organisms are very much small that you cannot see these organisms with your naked eyes. Those are called as microorganisms. The organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eyes but can be seen under the compound microscope, those organisms are called as microscopic organisms. Okay. So now here you can see that a cell is there. Okay. So cell, if a group of cell together forms a tissue, then a group of tissue together forms a organ. And there are many organ systems in our body. So many organs in our body, so that organs make organ system in our body. And these organ systems are present in our body. Okay. So they are interrelated to each other. They are interrelated to each other. Cell is related to tissue, tissue is related to organ, organ is related to organ system, or organ system is related to body. Okay. It is same how you study ABCD in the nursery, then you study two-letter words, then you study three-letter words, then you study sentences, then you study paragraph, then you study lesson. Okay. It is in that manner. So same way, the cell is further, the group of cell together is known as tissue. Then the tissue makes an organ, and different organs makes an organ system, and these different systems are in our body. Okay. So this is about the cell structure. Now, who discovered the cell? The cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. So, in the year 1665, Robert Hooke was the first person to discover the cell. Now, how did he examine? He examined the thin slice of cork under a microscope, and he resembled that the structure was very much similar to the honeycomb. आपने honeycomb देखा होगा. It is where the honeycomb has different compartments, and different cells are there in that compartments. So Robert Hooke observed this compartment and he named this box as cells. Okay. So what is cell? Cell is a structural and the functional unit um, of a living organism, and it was discovered first by Robert Hooke in 1665. Then now you can see you must have seen the onion. Okay. When you cut the onion is having a very thin peel of the skin. With the help of forceps you can remove it. You can take a drop of water, you can cut that slice into thin piece and observe this piece under the microscope. So what you will see? You will see different cells in this peel of onion. Okay. So this is the thing that you are going to observe under the microscope. Okay. So this is about the cells that you can see in the onion cell. Okay. Then types of organism. I told you the types of organisms are generally divided in depending upon the cell. If the organism is having a single cell, those organisms are called as unicellular organism. And if the organism is having more than one cell, they are called as multicellular organisms. Okay, human being is the example of the multicellular organism. Those are unicellular in those are unicellular having only single cell. Then the cells are of different size, shape. Okay, so different organisms are having different types of cells. It is due to the changes in the shape of the cell. So when you take the cell of the amoeba, it is different. If you take the cell of paramecium, it is different. So different organisms have different types of cells, and these cells can have different shapes also. So the cells are generally of round, spherical, or elongated or pointed on both the sides. Okay, the cells are different in shape. They may be circular, round shape, columnar, spherical, spiral, oval, rectangular, etc. in shape. Now, these organelles are studied in detail with the help of electron microscope. Now, students, you are supposed to know about there are two different types of microscope. One is compound microscope and other one is electron microscope. Compound microscope is the microscope under which you can see the minute tiny particles which you cannot see with your naked eyes. Those organisms you can see under the microscope, compound microscope. And in electron microscope, you can see the various magnifying glass are there which can show each and every part of the organelles in detail. Okay, I'm going to show you the compound microscope also. These are different types of cells you can see. Here is RBC, that is red blood cells. These are surface cells, muscle cells, bone cell, egg cell, fat cell. Spirogyra is having different. You can see all the cells differ from each other. They are not having the specific shape. Neuron is having different types. Sperm is having different types of cell. Okay. Now, the size of the living organism may be small, um, which can be in micrometer or micron. So the size can be in micrometer or micron, or they can be large in centimeter also. If the size of the cell is small, it can measure in micrometer or micron. And if the cell is large in size, so you can measure it in centimeter. So the smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer, that can seen in bacteria. So in bacteria, the smallest size of the cell is 0.1 to 0.5, that can be seen in bacteria. And the largest cell measuring is 170 mm multiplied by 130 mm, that is the egg of ostrich, which is very large in size. So you can measure that thing in centimeters. When you multiply this thing, you will get the actual size of the ostrich egg. Now this is the microscope. Okay, so students, you are supposed to draw this microscope, compound microscope, in your notebook. Why it is important? Because this is the most important instrument that is used in our laboratories, and we are using this microscope to observe different microorganisms under it. We are using different slides. So how this compound microscope works? Okay, here the labeling is given. Here at the top you can see there is a that eyepiece. You have supposed to close one eye, and with the other eye you are supposed to see from the top of the compound microscope the slide which is placed under. Then you have a tube here which is merged on the slide. Then objective lens, whatever this is the objective lens. This is the stage on which you are going to put different slides, and you are going to observe the slides with the help of eyepiece. In from the eyepiece, you are having a focus knob. ओके, ये फोकस नॉब जो है, दैट फोकस नॉब यू कैन एडजस्ट द लाइट एंड द क्लियरिटी ऑफ द स्लाइड. आप लोग एडजस्ट करते हैं ना, कैमरा एडजस्ट करते हैं फोटो निकालने के लिए, वैसे ही आप लोगों को ये जो फोकस नॉब है, so what that focus knob is actually doing, you are adjusting the picture that of the slide which is present on the stage. So you are making the slide very clear, and you can see all the different organelles of that slide. Then you also have a fine focus knob. You can see the minute things also with the fine focus knob. These two knobs are there, which is helpful for adjusting the slide to observe the microorganisms or different types of cells. Then here you have illuminator. This is to adjust the sunlight. Okay. In the lab, the compound microscope is kept where there is enough sufficient light. Why there is sufficient light? Because you are observing the slide under the sunlight. So when there is light rays are being transferred to the slide, you can see the picture clearly of the slide. You can see the all organelles very nicely. And the last thing, that is the base. Okay, just a second. The screen sharing. Okay, now this is a microscope. Again, I will explain about the microscope, how it works. So now this is the microscope. This at the top you are having eyepiece. So you are supposed to close one eye, and from the other eye you are going to watch the slide which is placed on this stage. Okay. कुछ slides होते हैं जो permanent, some slides are permanent slides, some are temporary, means we are making them to see the organisms and then afterwards we destroy it. Some are permanent slides which remains for ever, you can use for longer time. Okay. For example, if I want to see how many microorganisms are there in water, so what I will do, I will take one drop of water which is accumulated for many days. From that place, I will take one drop of water and I will observe under the microscope. So I can see many different microorganisms from the eyepiece. Even I can see the movement of this microscope from the eyepiece. Okay, in the water you cannot see with these things with the naked eyes, but when I'm seeing under the microscope, I can see the microorganism moving from one place to another. That means there are microorganisms which are tiny, which are not able to see from our naked eyes. Okay, so these organisms are only can be seen under the microscope. Okay, so हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, अरे ये पानी गंदा है, इसको पीने से प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, but by seeing you are telling. But when you actually have a proof, that time you will see under the microscope and then you will have a proof that why this water is contaminated. Okay, then this is the tube. Here there is an objective lens. Here this lens is adjust on the slide to observe the slide. Then here are two knobs, that is focus knob and fine focus knob. So you want to make the picture clear of the slide. For those purposes these knobs are there. You are going to adjust the knob. Here last you have illuminator, which is for adjusting the sunlight. So here sunlight is also playing an important role. Sufficient amount of light is also required for observing the microorganisms under the microscope. So where the microscope is placed, that place should have sufficient sunlight in the that lab. Okay, so this is about the compound microscope, and what the compound microscope uses to observe the different microorganisms under the slide. Even you can see the different cells of the organism. In the first slide I told you the onion peel, जो व्हाइट कलर का थिन स्लाइस होता है ऑनियन का, अगर उसको निकाल के आप लोग साइड पे वन ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर इफ यू एड एंड यू ऑब्जर्व दैट थिंग, जो मैंने पिंक कलर का cells, different types of cells I have showed you, those cell you will observe under the microscope from the eyepiece. So that is the view of the onion cell that you are going to see on from the eyepiece under when the slide is kept uh, under the microscope. Okay, I hope this point is clear. Then the compound microscope is used to observe the cell. So not only microorganisms are observed under the uh, microscope, even it is used for observing the different types of cell. Example, onion cell. An object on the glass slide magnified many times by the lens of the microscope. So where you are going to see, you are supposed to keep a glass slide under the stage, and then you are going to clear it. Okay. So what is the size of the cell? 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. 1 millimeter is equal to 1000 millimeter. 1 micrometer or 1 micron is equal to 1000 nanometers. These are the uh, cells which can be in different size that can be observed under the compound microscope. Okay. Now coming to the lesson. Now there are two types of cells that we are going to study in this lesson. So what are those two cells? Animal cell and plant cell. Okay. So what is animal cell and what is plant cell? We are going to study these cells in deeply. Now these cells are having nucleus, which is most important in the cell. So what is important in a cell? The most important part in a cell is nucleus. And what is the function of the nucleus? It controls all the functions of the cell. So whatever functions of the cells are there that you can see under the microscope with the help of nucleus. Means nucleus is the most important organ in the cell which controls all the function of the cell. Okay. And the organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eyes can be seen under the microscopes, which are called as microorganisms. So I told you in the starting only what is the meaning of the microorganisms. So you have got a rough idea that which type of cells we are going to study in this lesson. So we are going to study animal cell as well as the plant cells. Okay. So we cannot see the object smaller than 100 micrometer in size. So if the microorganisms are 100 micrometer in size, we are not able to see them by our naked eye. So the microscope is very much useful here to see the cells in deep. Okay, the paramecium is about 100 micrometer in size, whereas bacteria of typhoid is 1 to 3 micrometer in size. So these are the size of the microorganisms given here in this lesson. Now the cell. The cellular organization in a primary characteristic of the living organism, and that the cell in the fundamental structural and the functional unit of the living organisms. Okay. Just a second. The cellular organization in the primary cell means whatever cellular organizations or fundamental structure or functional unit of the living organism that takes place in the cell, we are going to study. The cell forms the structural and the functional unit of all living organisms. This we have studied previously. All the same points are repeated. Here you can see the cell cycle, how the cell divides and forms new cell. Okay. So this is not for your study, but I'm just showing you that how does the cell cycle appears. Now this is the plant cell and the animal cell. Okay. Now here you can see there are two types of cell, that is plant cell and animal cell. Now here you can see the shape of the plant cell. It is somewhat hexagonal or pentagonal, you can say, and this is a rectangular shape. Now here what difference you can see, that the plant cell is having cell wall, chloroplast and cytoplasm, whereas these things are not present in animal cell. Okay, so when you are differentiating plant cell against the animal cell, you can write that Plant cell is having cell wall, whereas animal cell does not have cell wall. Plant cell is having chloroplast, whereas chloroplast is absent in um, animal cell. Plants can prepare their own food with the help of chloroplast, whereas animals cannot prepare their own food with the help of um, um, cannot prepare their own food. The food, vacuole is large in plant cell, whereas in animal cell the vacuoles are smaller in size. So see, by seeing, observing both the two cells, you are going to understand the things. Okay. In animal cell, you can see there are free ribosomes, lysosomes, cell membrane is there, Golgi body is there, nucleus is there. I told you nucleus is the most important part of the cell, which controls all the function of the cell. Then endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles, mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, which provides energy to the cell. Okay, so this just a second. Okay, till here I hope you have understood.